sitting here thinking, and I'm thinking potentially the biggest issue with expansion, and I felt this myself in our own business, is finding, in what is a niche specialist industry, is finding good people, and potentially going to have to train them in what is kind of a specialist trade. To get to the standards that you want. So is that difficult to find the right people and business, train?
It's the most difficult. Because
in finance, in what we do, the luxury end, recruiting is possibly the hardest hardest part of the job, actually. So I can imagine it's similar.
100%. I mean, it's actually one of the worst. I mean, from our businesses and what we do, this is probably the worst that kind of scenario affects us, because our paint protection film specifically, installers, it takes to get to our standard, it takes at least 2 years before getting to our standard. So we have to be really committed to the staff, and they have to be committed to us to stay with us to get to the skill set level. So for us, it's very difficult.
You're investing in training.
I'm going to ask a slightly contentious question here. Do you think that youth is actually presents more of a challenge, because people want to come into a business like yours, they love being able to get close to cars that perhaps they wouldn't be able to necessarily get close to, but they're impatient and they don't have the sort of the patience to actually stick with it.
Honestly,
is that one of the problems?
That's a whole hornet's nest, that question. Yes, I would agree with you
but
on it.
I'm old enough to not care.
But honestly speaking, I get asked that question. I was in a meeting yesterday talking about expansion in the Far East and other parts, and that was exactly a topic that we talked about for half an hour, because it's such an important part. You're absolutely right. The people who are the younger generation now, with Bitcoin and making money at home, and I don't know, it's just created.
It's social media and technology. It's all about instant gratification. Everything has to be instant and quick
right now.
And they don't have the staying power, so to speak, and to just do the hard yards and the hard labour. And I've read lots of articles about how you're working 14-hour days or overnight to get the job finished in the early days. I'm sure you're still doing things like that now. You do what it takes, and that's where I often see the difference now, that it's all got to be instant, without doing the hard yards. Without doing the hard yards.
You're absolutely right. And the requirements are different. I mean, to give you an example, I've had to work in our business for the last 14, 15 years to be able to have the flexibility. If I want to work from home one day, I can, right? Because I've got a team of 100 people who can do stuff for me. Someone who's a graduate will expect that flexibility from day one. And that's where I think it's
I'm just looking at Luca, our marketing graduate.
But that's the thing. Genuinely speaking, though, that's what I think is wrong with what's going on right now, because it's before you'd have to really work your bum off to be able to get to the stage where you have that ultimate flexibility. And you know what I mean, Darren, from your perspective.
I know exactly what you mean, and this is why I'm actually laughing internally, because I suspect that you and Mazin are very similar to me, because we're quite obsessive in what we do. We're very passionate in our individual trades, and despite at JBL we now have a team of 70 and expanding up to 80 this year. I don't seem to be spending less time there, probably more, and I'm still up late doing stuff, and probably my own worst enemy, because I can't take myself out of the loop and just say, apparently I'm getting better at it, by the way, just for the record. But I do struggle with stepping back a bit and letting the team take care of it. And we have a very, very good team, as do you. And I guess it just comes from, maybe it's a generational thing, that you just feel that I need to be doing.
100%. It is a generational thing. I think now it's a totally different thing. The only saving grace for our business is that the cars.
By the way, psychiatrists charge a lot of money for chats like this. So.
Should I invoice you?
For sure. I'm finding it very cleansing.
I think he was suggesting the other way around. But also talking about growing your business, because of course now it's not just people weren't necessarily bringing their cars here.
Yeah.
Because you've also now got product ranges that you sell.
That's right.
As well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're trying to diversify our business. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There
You've got some right behind me.
As
There
if
you
by
go.
magic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, this is the thing. So I'm fully aware that Topaz is a service that is, it's not everyone can spend thousands of pounds on their cars. Not everyone can get to us to spend money in their cars. And some people like the enjoyment of doing it themselves. And we've had so much experience on working on cars for years now.
Hold on, let me get this right. People would actually attempt themselves to put paint protection film on their cars.
No, not paint protection film. No. Now, have you tried putting?
I'm sure I was
screen
thinking,
protector on your
please
phone.
do not try this one at home. You know.
No, if you try putting a screen protector on your phone, you know how difficult it is to PPF.
It's impossible. I would never attempt that.
No, don't. It's a nightmare. I haven't installed film for many years now, and when I go back to even do my phone, I'm like, oh,
do you give it
there's
to
a
someone else
bubble.
to do?
I'm like, now I do, honestly, because it's one of those things. It's like a diminishing asset. You have to keep on working on it to keep to get it going. But no, the products they've done incredibly well so far, because they're all products that we have been working on with our manufacturers to go tweak it, change this, do this, over thousands of cars. We do in London. We do about 3,000 cars a year here.
Wow.
Yeah. So Bristol, we're doing about 700-800 cars. So across from Bahrain and Doha now, we're going to be doing circa about 7,000 cars a year as a business. That's if you think about Ferrari doing about 10,000 cars, the whole Ferrari a year. So put it in perspective, we deal with a lot of cars.
Trying to work out what that is.